Hi guys, I'm Deactivated I've got an unboxing video for you here today. So, it's a fake unboxing video because I already know what's inside this and I've already opened it, but I've sealed it up just to kind of show you what I got. Yeah, I did do another video of it, but it went wrong. So anyway, but first off, I'll just show you a couple of new things that I've got. So, first off, here I have my a holster that I got. I got this off German eBay. I believe it's for Walther PPK. It might not be. It might be for Browning FN1900. I've not found any markings, Wehrmacht Adlers, anything like that. Possibly might be something there. I have no idea. I need to clean this up. Very, very weak leather. It's very. You can see the inside of it there. Yep, the popper almost came off when I tried to do it up with my FN1900 in there. So, yep. The problem with it is I think it has came off already, and it looks like someone's tried to glue it back into place. So, yeah, I'm going to treat this. Good thing is it looks like all the stitching was still in place and holding strong. So, yep, I'm going to treat it, clean it up, and then we'll be good to go, and hopefully it'll be good to possibly use in events. I'm not sure, maybe not. But yeah, I need to get a PPK first before I can probably use this if it is a PPK holster. So moving on, next thing. On eBay I ordered these. These are like I got another one of these. This is an eagle watch. Looks very similar to the proficiency badge, Luftwaffe parachute proficiency badge there. Bring this closer so you can see. I don't know how well, but I'll take this off and show you. Looks very similar, doesn't it? So yeah, I just thought of that, saw it, I was like, what the hell, that's why I have it for my collection. So yep, it was £2. I like it a lot, very good, it's kept time really well. Only problem was it took about 3 months to come because it came from China, and the idiots messed up and it was really annoying and really stressful and bullshitty, if you excuse my French. So next thing I've got, which is new, is this, which is a D-ring for use for on World War II German webbing. Belt goes through there. It's going to hook onto a Y strap or cross strap if you're an officer or something like that. Next thing I got was this. This is an original, I believe, driving proficiency badge. Paid £10 for it, but the reason why I paid £10 for it is because on the back it's lost its pins, and I believe there should be pins on this that attach it to a piece of field grey cloth, and then that would be worn, I believe, on the left arm. I'm not sure how often this was issued, but it would be for people who've passed their kind of Wehrmacht equivalent of, or SS equivalent of the driving test. So yeah, that's good. It's a silver one. Apparently it's all pure silver, but I'm not sure because it's quite rusted if you have a look on the back. Yeah. So yeah, I got that from an antique shop. Next thing I got, which is really good, and I've been meaning to get for literally years, is here. Dun, da, 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 da. A Webley replica. It's a Denix. Now, I did lose one of these shells, one of these dummy rounds. So yeah, I just found it, so I picked it up and put it in. Anyway, so with this, it's cost me £20. I was just like, wow, when the guy said £20, I'm having that. So yeah, I love this. It's really awesome. Only problem is that I think with the real Webleys you can do that, and it was single and double action, sorry. So you can do that normally, and you should be able to do this. But yeah, anyway, it says Mark IV 38, which I believe means Mark IV Webley in 38 caliber. So yep, it says Denix SA here, made in Spain. So yep, I'm part of a group, so I can own this legally. So pretty awesome. Yep, I've got a lanyard for it somewhere, I just can't find it. So pretty cool. I've actually got a Webley now, so that completes my officer's impression, because my officer's impressions have been looking pretty shite, if you excuse my French, because I've never had a pistol for them that's an actual proper pistol. I've either had a crappy one that when I was about 12 or whatever, I can't remember. Anyway, something like that. It was rubbish. Anyway, down to the unboxing video. So yeah, this is really awesome. I'll just try and angle the camera so you can see it. It's in a giant TV box. So yeah, this is really awesome. I was gonna upload a video of it, but I'm kind of worried about whether it might compromise me in any way uploading this. But so what? So big load of foam. Deactivation certificate. London proof house, which I only more that just in case. And there's an unsaviour character watching this video who wants to copy it and try and make a fake one of those, a real gun, and then be an absolute dick and cause the actors and reenactors to be screwed over again by morons. So yep, first off, magazine. Don't know if you've guessed already what it is. It's got quite a low serial number, 77 on that side, no, 17 on that side, sorry, and 88 on this side. I think that might mean that this half of the mag is earlier than this and it's been mismatched and put together. Possibly not. It's got a funny cross marking up there. Got the Soviet thing there. Got some funny cross through writing which looks very much like it's German. No idea. If you've not guessed what it is already by the mag, then here it is. Third box away now. So PPSh41. Deactivated, new spec. So that's the safety. Safety is on now. Oh, it's off, sorry. Now it's on. Safety is on when this bit gets pushed in. And as you can see, because it's new spec, that part there doesn't open, which it should if it's in real life or old spec. And so yeah, the sights here flip up, the tangent sights to that, from that to that. It's very awesome. I really love it. Got all matching serial numbers, apart from the barrel. So this is 1109 it says here, and then here it says 1109, and then here it also says 1109. So yeah, and then the barrel is the letdown from it being full, all parts matching. It says 6792. Anyway, so it's really awesome. Shame about it is the sights are quite like stark, if you know what I mean. Don't know how well you can see that, but it's like off-centered. So yeah, it's not straight, and that's really bugging me. I'm trying to get it to work, but I think some idiot in the deactivation house might have welded it in place. So, which I hope they haven't, but probably in all likelihood have, because of the cuntish UK laws, which are going to get worse and worse and worse. Anyway, so here's the select fire switch. Moves. Single fire. Automatic. Semi-auto. Auto. Trigger moves. Does not lock back in place. I don't think I could get the safety to engage whilst back here. Oh, actually I can. I'm not going to try that again. Because I know I will break it if I do. So it's really awesome. 1944 date here as well. I don't know if you can see this very well. 1944 date. That will be where the factory stamp will be, but I think some idiot has put a welding something straight through that. So that's screwed that up. So anyway, I absolutely love it. It is so awesome. Yep, basically. The reason why I got this is I don't usually do Soviet. I don't have a Soviet uniform, apart from I do have an 80s Soviet uniform, 80s, 70s, something like that. But I am planning on making a Soviet uniform. Well, it won't be a Soviet uniform, actually. It will be a Russian Civil War uniform for the White Army. But that's kind of crossover for the Red Army. You just need to change the insignia. So yeah. Germans used lots of these when they captured them. And the way how you take the magazine out is by lifting that up, push there, magazine comes out like that. The magazine also has a loop here, where you could attach a piece of string, attach the end of the piece of string to another one of these with a loop. You could wear 2 around your neck, or you could wear up to 6 or 8 around your neck, depending on how much balls you've got and how strong you are. So yeah, it's got a bit of cosmoline on it, from storage, you can see here. So yeah, like I was saying, the Germans captured lots of these, because basically what happened was, this is the PPSh41 was designed basically in almost exact replica of the Suomi K31, which was the finished design, which looks exactly the same as this. The only slight difference is the slight shape of the barrel, and the fact that the Suomi K31 has a circular part here rather than this bit. So basically what the Soviets did was, in the Winter War, they got their asses absolutely kicked by the Finns, but they still won. So yeah, they still won, but at such a heavy cost. I mean, they lost like about knocking on 1 million men for about 70,000 Finns. So yeah, and they lost lots to frostbite and all this stuff. So yeah, and one of the main problems they had was Finnish troops riding around on skis with their Suomis and shooting up the rear and destroying the Soviet supply lines and shooting up Soviet columns and stuff like that. So the Soviets managed to kill a couple of Finns that had these on. They sent these away to the Soviet Union, back to the Soviet Union, and they designed their own version of this, which is this, which is the PPSh41. So yeah, and then what happened was that went into production, I believe, just about the time of the German invasion of the Soviet Union. And the reason why the Germans were so successful was because of the failure in the Winter War of the Soviet Army. Well, not failure, but basic failure. Stalin had ordered the reorganization of the Soviet Army. He'd killed too many of the officers, decent officers, in the purges. So he promoted people who were good in the Winter War and did things like reorganizing troops and stuff like that. I won't get into it because I'm not incredibly knowledgeable on it. But anyway, the Germans captured quite a few of these that were just like that have been abandoned. I know this is true of the SVT-40. They captured millions of them, like about 3 or 4 million of them in the beginning of the war, like in 1941, and just swept straight across Russia. And yep, they captured it, millions of them. But I don't think that was true with this, because it just kind of hadn't been produced. But the Germans did capture lots of these off dead Soviet soldiers with their suicidal charges that they made so often against heavily fortified German positions to try and retake them. So sorry, got a bit of a cold. Anyway, so the Germans often captured these. And they captured so many of them that they actually redesignated this the MP717 (R). And basically what that was they took one of these, a PPSh41, and they had the stick magazine, which basically had 30 rounds rather than 75 round, which is here. Sorry. It basically had this bit here, you can see that, like the square part here, and it was slightly modified, a bit like one of the stick magazines that just chopped off before it actually got to the curvy part of the magazine. I don't have one of those, and if I did I'd show you, but they chopped it off about there, and they did a little bit of modification in it, and they basically just stuck that in here, in the magwell, and because it managed to fit into the magwell perfectly, they got an MP40 magazine, and the MP40 magazine would fit inside of the kind of the fake magazine well that they made for it. So it would fit in there, and they basically just use MP40 magazines in these, because you would have to rely on capturing Soviet ammunition to really be able, and magazines to really be able to use these effectively. So it'd be very useful if you're doing street combat, say in Stalingrad or whatever, because one, it's quite short, nice, handy, etc. But other than that, then yeah. So yeah, the Germans captured lots of these all units use them, from Waffen SS right through to Wehrmacht. I've even seen one in the Italian campaign. I've seen a Afrika Korps man with one of these. Not Afrika Korps. He's got PPSh41 with the drum as well. It was more common to see these after they've been captured, still using the Soviet magazines, because it would just be a whole lot more useful than having the MP 717, because I think they also redid the barrel as well, which meant that it could only fire 9, but could fire the 7.65mm, but it wouldn't be as accurate. So yeah, mainly if it was captured and used, it would just stay in its standard configuration. So that, yeah, the Germans used these all the way through the war, as well as the Soviets. Mainly the Soviets used these, and because of this late war production, it was almost certainly just used by the Soviets. It possibly might have found its way into German hands somehow, but more likely it's been Soviet all the time. And because of the amount of cosmoline on it, it's probably been chucked into stores somewhere. Possibly didn't see the war, because it's 1944 dated. So yeah, the stock definitely has seen action, I think, because it's got a whole lot of dings and dents in it. So it could have been used in the war, but that could all be post-war. Could have been sent to China or North Korea before all we know. Yeah, okay, they would have put their Chinese communist markings or North Korean communist markings on it, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so yeah, also I forgot to mention this. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to use a knife to do this, but I wouldn't recommend it. At the end here, it has this. I've now dirtied my knife. It has a well here, which you'd be able to put a cleaning rod. But a well, yeah, it'd have a cleaning rod. Also have an oil bottle, I believe. So yeah, the spring's very, very strong on that, so I doubt it's ever actually been used, and it's full of cosmoline, so that bit's probably never been used. Yeah, it's a new deactivation, under a year old, the deactivation. I think it was done in April 2015, something like that. So, yeah. I really love it. It's great. Great thing. I need to get a sling for it. They're pretty easy to get. Roughly go for about 10 quid, I think, per sling. So I'll try and get one of them. I'm gonna try and get some stick mags for this, because stick mags will be easier to use, because I don't want to have to buy Soviet ammo pouches. I will buy one for this, but stick magazines could fit in MP48 ammo pouches, I figured. So yep. So that's basically it. Yeah, I've seen these used on the Western Front as well, by the Germans. And there's actually someone's done a video, I think it's History Revived, where they're digging in the Ardennes, and they find a PPSh41, which someone has smashed the trigger part, this part, against a tree, which I think probably means that the German who had it, because it would definitely have been a German, I can't see any other reason why it would have been there, German soldier, could be Russian ethnicity, but basically it's a German soldier, who had this, realised he had to surrender, because, I don't know, he was outnumbered, or he got separated, or whatever, so he smashed it. He took the magazine out, smashed the guard against a tree, so it couldn't be used. Anyway, so, yeah, it's great channel, History Revived. Yeah, so, good. So that is basically it, guys. So, 2 new guns. This one, Webley, Denix, Replica, and PPSh41 deact. So, yeah. I just thought I'll mention one more thing about my Webley. It only came with 5 inert rounds, not 6, which is kind of sucks, but so what. The inert rounds come out like so. I lost one when I tried to do the thing where you flip this up, and because it's Denix and it's a bit crappy, I didn't realise that when you flip it up, this comes off like that. So yeah, and all the cartridges flew out, and the little thing that keeps the cylinder in place fell out too, so that sucked. The spring's slightly gone on this, but so what. Very good for what I paid, I can't really complain. So yep, now the group I've joined, not got a name yet, but it does SS and Wehrmacht, I believe. Anyway, it's really good. I've not been to any shows with them yet because it's not really a season. They're an absolute great group. Yeah, we don't have a name at the moment, but yeah. So that's basically it. Comment, subscribe. Bye.